Hey guys, how's it going? Giraffe here with another Let's Play video. Today we're playing Silent Hunter 4: Wolves of the Pacific. This is a game that's very near and dear to my heart. Oh. That was my phone. So today we're playing Silent Hunter 4: Wolves of the Pacific. This is a game where you command a U.S. submarine in World War II in the Pacific Theater. So, what we're going to do, we're going to go start an American career. You can also play as the Germans, but we're going to go American this time. Campaign 1941. So, our captain's name is going to be Bill Cross. Now, Bill was actually my grandfather, and he served on a submarine in World War II called the USS Baleo. And the USS Baleo was the lead ship of its class, and it was the most advanced U.S. submarine of the war, bar none. And yeah, it actually formed the foundation for all submarines in the U.S. that came after it, right up until the nuclear subs came out. Alright, so we are going to play in the Asiatic Fleet, which means we'll be based up the Philippines at first. And to give us a little bit of a challenge, we are going to start as an S-18. The S-class subs were basically World War I leftovers that were outdated by the time they hit the water. Difficulty, very hard. We're only going to give ourselves the minimum renown that we can start with. Lieutenant Commander Bill Cross, you have been approved for the command of USS S-39, an S-18 class submarine. Oh, we don't even have a name. They didn't even give this thing a name. Report to duty at Cavite Naval Base, Manila, Philippines, no later than December 9, 1941.
Gentlemen, as you already know, we are at war. I quote the President of the United States. Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy, the United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The attack has effectively eliminated our entire battleship force for the time being. As a consolation, it has failed to catch any of our aircraft carriers in port, while the submarines and fuel reserves have escaped unharmed. During the past years, the Japanese military was engaged in a seemingly endless war against China, badly needing oil and other raw materials. Since we halted the trade with Japan, they schemed to seize the oil and mineral-rich East Indies and Southeast Asia. A Japanese attack into the Indies, Malaya, and the Philippines was expected, and plans prepared for it. But obviously, we have not prepared enough for an attack of this magnitude. The attack against Malaya has materialized yesterday, and last night the Japanese forces also attacked Hong Kong, Guam, the Philippines, and Wake Island. This morning, the Japanese continued with an attack on Midway. The Japanese offensive is extending throughout the Pacific, with the submarine force left mostly to itself. We need to act accordingly. For the time being, we will conduct operations as follows. Boats based in Pearl Harbor will patrol in Japanese home waters and also reconnoiter the Marshall Islands, as it's presumed that Japanese forces are massing in that archipelago for a second attack on our bases. Manila-based boats will deploy to guard the vital island of Luzon against approach by enemy forces. Individual patrol orders will be received from your commander.
December 9th, 1941. Alright, this is our office. First thing we're going to do, we're going to go into the game's difficulty settings. Gameplay settings. We are going to do limited everything except for manual targeting. and map contact update. The reason we're not doing either of those is this one involves a whole lot of math, and I really just don't want to have to bust out a graphing calculator to figure out the windage and speed of incoming enemy ships. I'm just a captain. I'm going to let the TDC specialist take care of that in our boat. And no map contact update, that's actually bugged. If we don't turn that on, then we aren't going to get any map information whatsoever. We're going to leave external view off, event camera view off, dud torpedoes, realistic reload, no stabilized view, and we're going to go metric. The reason we're going metric is because I've played a lot of Silent Hunter 3 and 5. Those games default into metric because you play as the Germans. So just for a reference point, I like to play metric. Okay. And this is our sub, the S-39. It is probably, no joke, the shittiest sub in the entire United States Navy at this point. It's bad. We don't even have an anti-aircraft gun, because when this thing was built, there were no aircraft. Yeah. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Let's see. We have a 4-inch 50 caliber deck gun. We'll keep that. We can actually mount an air search radar to this thing. I guess they're just, screwing that into the top of the deck. Like, forget it. Just, throw it on top somewhere. We hold 12 torpedoes, 4 tubes, 8 more in reserve. We have no aft tubes. Alright, so we're just gonna get a whole bunch of people into our sub here. So, ideally, most of these guys would go into here when we need damage control. Let's see. Oh wow, mechanical. Look at that. Yeah, he is practically begging to go in there. He has better stats than some of the trained people. Crazy. We'll find out if any of these guys have any particularly huge talents. This one might be good for watch and guns. Well, actually, guns and mechanical. You really want guns and mechanical in your torpedo rooms. He has good leadership. Electrical, mechanical, watchman, guns. Let's see if any of these dudes have like an incredibly low watch skill. Alright, 17, you're going. I'll chuck you there. Yeah, you're actually pretty good for that role. Oh, another huge mechanical. This guy should definitely go onto damage control with a skill like that. Mechanical and guns, we'll throw him there. And a really good guns and mechanical. So we'll grab him too. We'll throw him out. Stuff him in there. Alright, so in the event that we really need damage control, we're most likely going to be submerged, and we're going to move everyone from deck watch into here, at least like the trained people, and anyone else who's really good with that stuff. We've gotten every available upgrade that we can get. We only have one type of torpedo that we can use, the Mark 10 torpedo. Mark 10 is older than the Mark 14, which was standard issue. We use the Mark 10 because our boat is so small it cannot fit the newer, bigger torpedoes. These torpedoes have a shorter range, they have less of a payload, and they run slower. And they have a very visible steam wake that follows them on the way to the target, giving the enemy a chance to possibly take evasive action. They do have one huge advantage, though, and this really comes to light when you have the game set to more realistic settings. These torpedoes work. They just work. Sometimes they run a little deep, so you'll probably see me basically setting them to surface depth. But when they hit a target, if it's a nice square hit, then they detonate. No holds barred. They're very reliable. The detonator on the Mark 14 was horrible. It should have been treason. Half the time, it wouldn't go off. Literally half the time, the Mark 14 torpedoes wouldn't go off. Can you imagine being a sailor in World War II, and you have a beautiful shot, you take it, and all 4 of your torpedoes that you just launched at a target don't detonate because the detonators on them were bad? That stuff actually happened, and it got people killed. And the companies that did it got away scot-free. So we have the older torpedoes, but you know what? I'm okay with that. If we had a newer sub, I'd be taking the old... Literally, I would be taking the old torpedoes out and stuffing Mark 10s into them until at least like the second year of the war, when the detonator problem started to get resolved. We'll probably be rocking these until we get a new submarine, if we choose to get one. Haven't decided. We might just run the whole war in the S-Class. Make it a difficulty modifier, you know? Alright, well, we've done everything we can here. We've got our crew. We've got a basic air search radar. We don't have an AA gun. But whatever. Let's get our first mission. Patrol off the Philippines and engage enemy shipping. Oh, right. We'll start docked in the harbor. Get a nice, good look at Manila Bay.
I'll stop. Yes, sir. Ship spotted. Bearing 4. Medium range.
Here's Manila. Well, that guy
Ship
turned
spotted.
on a dime.
Bearing 191. Short range. Ship spotted. Yes. Bearing 3 4 1. Medium range. Yes. Ship spotted. Bearing 2 4 6. Long range.
So after World War II began, or after it began for the Americans anyway, Manila came under intense attack This port that we're in gets overrun by the Japanese in like 2 weeks flat. Let's set ourselves course out of here. Yeah, they're basically telling us just park your butt outside and shoot anything that tries to come in. But we're going to be a little more proactive. Now remember, this area right here is legit gonna go under in just a few weeks. And this boat does not have a gigantic amount of fuel to it. We have to be ready to fall back to Java down here, or even all the way down to Fremantle, and that's going to take at least half a tank of gas to go from the Philippines to Fremantle. So we can't really afford enough gas to get all the way out here to Tokyo. But we don't need to. Tokyo's coming to us. We have something they want, and it's called Manila. So Formosa Strait, a lot of enemy shipping goes through here. And it has a couple deep portions to it as well. Once we get out to the ocean proper, we'll do a test depth to a test dive to figure out what our max depth is. If I'm remembering correctly, crush depth on an S-class sub is only like 85 meters, 88 meters maybe. Oh, and that is the first invasion wave. So yeah, actually, since it looks like that's where they're coming from, let's wait for him right there. Give him a little surprise.
Ship spotted. Bearing 28. Long range.
Alright, so we are in some pretty deep water now. We are going to do a test dive. A test depth for our submarine is 60 meters, I believe. So we're going to get down to 60 meters just to make sure that there's, no problems there. There shouldn't be. That is the depth that this sub is officially rated for.
Yes, sir. Ahead 1/3. Yes, sir.
Now, the S-class submarine has one other major drawback, and it is a glaring flaw, to the point that it's almost like a bug in the game. The batteries on this sub suck. I know, big shocker. I mean, like, electricity just became a mainstream invention, 20 years before this sub was built? Not a huge surprise that the batteries for it pretty much blow. The worst part about them isn't that they don't hold a whole lot of charge. The worst part is it takes like a solid day to recharge these things from empty.
Current depth. Full.
So we really have to use our batteries sparingly.
Passing thermal layer.
Thermal layer is like 50 meters. Usually it's like 45 to 60 meters, so 50 is about average. Everything seems pretty cool. At 60 meters, we're at 57, but close enough. Let's take it down to 70.
Depth. 7-1. Yes, sir. Current depth. 6-0.
We'll speed forward a little bit. Everything's looking good at 70 meters. Speed up a little bit, make sure we don't explode. Yeah, 70 meters looks good.
Yes, sir. New depth. 7-9.
Now we're really pushing it. No, we're just going to go straight for 85 because I think we're going to be okay at 85.
Current depth. 8-0.
The second we see any sign of damage or distress to the submarine, we're going to blow our ballast tank. That's going to basically make us pop right up to the surface extremely fast. Alright, we're at 85. Let's see what happens when we go to 90.
Yes, sir. New depth. 9-0. Yes, sir.
We might not make it. I got my trigger finger right on the blow ballast key. second we see sparks or hear any really weird creaking, we're gonna go right for it. Sounds okay. Just gonna get these bums here. Just in case things go sideways. $87 meters. It's about 275 feet below the surface. It's like half a skyscraper. Everything still looks okay. $88 looks like it's okay. And keep in mind, our test depth was 60 meters. So we are almost another 50% deeper than what this sub was actually designed to operate at. And you would see that a lot in the real, in the real world. There are subs that went way past their test depth, because when you're being hit with depth charges by an enemy destroyer, you don't really have any other option besides dive as deep as you possibly can. Because the deeper you are, the safer you are. 89 meters. Everything looks okay still. We haven't taken any damage. Oh, that is our signal to blow ballast. 89 meters. That is the depth we do not want to go to.
Passing thermal layer.
So when you use an emergency surface thing like that, you use a lot of your compressed air that's built up.
Yes, sir. Ahead slow. Yes, sir.
Secure from battle stations.
We'll put these guys back to work. Next round, we're going to have to see if we can get a few more petty officers. Alright. We have completed our test depth. 89 meters. One inch more than that, and it's a bad time.
New message received.
Yes, sir. Periscope down.
Ship spotted. Bearing 7-2. All range.
.072 1440. Oh, there it is. We got an Akuzi destroyer and a cruiser.
Yes, sir. Ahead lane.
Unfortunately, we're in the middle of daylight here. These guys are heading northeast. Their speed is slow.
Ship spotted 6.
They may be possibly escorting some sort of a ship. Since they're going slow, we're...
Ship spotted. Bearing 5-2. All range.
Yep. They're escorting some troops.
Yes, sir. New course. Full.
So we're gonna hit a head flank here. Small passenger carriers.
Ship spotted. Bearing 7-1. All range.
We'll radio this into command. See what they want us to do. Got a lot of small passenger carriers. That cruiser is really the tasty target here.
New message received.
Ship spotted. Bearing 6-5. All range.
Our ideal range is going to be 2,500 meters. We are a little bit ahead of them, and we appear to be going faster than they are. "10,000 meters away. I'm hoping they don't see me. Nah, if they saw me, they'd be shooting.
Ship spotted. Bearing 9-3. Long range.
At least they don't have an air escort. Because that would actually suck.
Yes, sir.
Different.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Different.
Rudder. All stop. Periscope depth.
Should be about 2,000 meters. From the middle of that convoy. If we can get that cruiser, I'd love to. Now that we're submerged, we're going to go into silent running mode.
Silent running.
That way we don't make a whole lot of noise. Now we just wait for them to come to us. We should hear them on hydrophone soon. Moving away? Oh, what the hell. One of them appears to be moving forward. I don't even think these guys know what they're doing.
No message received.
Alright, since they don't want to come to us, we will go pay them a visit.
Yes, sir. New course. 2-5. Yes, sir. Surface the boat. Ship spotted. Bearing 3-4-5. Long range.
That's the one that we want. If we can just blast that one right in the face.
Yes, sir. Head slow.
There's the Agano. Best way to attack her.
Yes, sir.
Let's go west-southwest.
Yes, sir. 3, 4, 1.
Okay. That's good enough for me. We're going to set all these puppies to a depth of 0, because they do like to malfunction quite a lot. Open all our tubes. We'll do half a degree. Oh, there. Dead on. Quarter degree.
Yes, sir. Torpedo in the water. 9.7. New course. 3, 5, 7. Torpedo in the water. Yes, sir.
We're gonna go to 85 meters.
Current depth 2, 0.
It's dark out, so I'm hoping. The hell are they shooting at? Well, we have run into a classic bug.
Current depth 3, 0.
The ship's captain on that light cruiser is psychic. No, literally, what are they shooting at?
Contact. Warship. Closing. 9, 2, 6, 5. Medium range.
Oh, we're gonna load our game. Because that is legit a bug.
Yes, sir. We are in shallow water, sir. All stop. Yes, sir.
It's one thing if they see your torpedo. It's another thing if they see it in the middle of night from a mile away. There's that Agano. We're just gonna back up a little bit there.
Yes, sir. All stop.
Whoa! Decided to go crazy all of a sudden. Where is the Agano? How many tons is the Agano? I'll take that. All right. So when they are painting us like this, they actually cannot use their hydrophones.
Yes, sir.
Ahead 1/3.
Yes, sir.
Ahead flank.
So,
3-0. Torpedo inbound.
oh, we got an impact! We got the Agano! We got the Agano! Okay.
Ahead 1/3.
Yes, sir. New course 4-0. Current
I mean, okay.
0.
Sure. Let's go to battle stations.
Current depth 7-0.
Definitely sounds like that cruiser is super dead. No one's digging that thing up off of the bottom of the ocean. Especially considering how deep we are right now. So we have gone so deep now that their ping goes out in a wave like this, but we're down here. So they're scanning like the first 40 meters in immediate vicinity for us, but we're below it, so they can't see us. We're being quiet enough they can't hear us.
Current 8, 0. Torpedo missed, sir.
We got 3 out of 4 on basically a blind shot. I'm not displeased with that at all. You can actually hear an enemy ship sailing. Alright, they're depth charging us. Oh, there they are, right there. At this range, though, we're pretty safe. I don't think they're going to be able to get us. They can't hear us, they can't ping us. Hey, I would call that heavy losses. We took their capital ship out. I mean, it's not a battleship, it's just a cruiser. But for that task force, that was their lead ship. Still doing okay. We're gonna save our game here.
Yes, sir. New depth 8, 5. Yes, sir. Periscope depth.
Alright, we're gonna go to periscope depth and check our surroundings with the observation periscope. Not seeing anyone.
Yes, sir. Surface the boat.
So I think we're good. Used 10% of our battery.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Alright,
Yes, sir.
Headlight.
maintain current orders. Well, that's a little close for comfort. We'll be out of their range pretty soon, though. I think we can secure from battle stations. We've gained enough distance from them, so we'll go back to a head slow. Head slow is our most fuel ship efficient speed. It's only 6 knots as opposed to, like, 13 at a head flank, but we can go twice as far anywhere else.
Single contact. Bearing 261. Long range.
Alright, so we have some enemy planes closing in
Yes,
fast.
sir. Periscope down.
We'll do a normal dive.
Dive plane set for normal dive. Head 1/3.
We'll go ahead 1/3 to save battery. Surface again.
Yes, sir. Periscope dead.
What's our duck? 51. We'll go 25. Just because when you're just at periscope depth, you're actually still a little visible from the sky. Like you're underwater, but if you're a plane, you might be able to see a sub if it's only about, 12 meters from the surface. God damn, these things are like lasered onto me. Is someone gonna get me? I don't think it is.
109 long range.
I think we're okay.
Single contact. Bearing 110 long range.
Well, they haven't noticed us. But we didn't have to dive, which is good considering our battery is now at 53%.
Single contact.
It's going to take us forever to recharge.
107 long range. Single contact. Bearing 233 long range.
This one may see us. Nope. Those will. Or will they? No, I don't think they will. Yeah, you can see that they're screening this approach quite heavily
Single contact. Bearing 7.
because their invasion fleet's going through here and they're also attacking targets most likely in here. Alright, so
Yes, sir. Periscope dead.
we're gonna go ahead slow, periscope depth. Actually, we'll just do a standard dive.
Yes, sir.
I'm hoping we can get enough alone time to charge our batteries here. As you see, it takes a sickeningly long time to recharge these batteries in the S-Class. The entire night, we only managed to boost at 15%. It's a search plane. We are just past its edge of view, looks like.
Single contact. Bearing 50 long range.
I think that one's gonna wind up.
Periscope depth.
Yeah, we'll be in there. So we'll go down to.
Yes,
We'll do a standard dive.
dive plane set for normal dive. Current depth 10.
Alright, we're back on the surface now. Hopefully we can get our battery charged up completely. If we don't get any contacts here by oh, that's a radar contact? Okay.
Yes, sir.
If we don't get any contacts by midnight tonight, we'll move up to the Luzon Strait here.
Yes, sir. Surface the boat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Really? That's the way they're going now? Alright, we'll play their game.
Yes, sir. Dive plane set for normal dive. Yes, sir.
Our hydrophones have a range of 20 kilometers. Give or take.
Yes, sir. Ahead slow.
Yes, sir.
Oh, damn. It's an American fishing trawler snuck up on us. Oh. Let's go up to periscope depth for a little look. See who's coming. Looks like we got ourselves another convoy.
Yes, sir. 9 planes set for normal dive.
Oh wait, no, surface.
Surface.
We'll go battle stations here. I believe it's going to be about 270 degrees. Maybe it was 90? What is that? It's got a tall superstructure, whatever it is. I can't lock onto it though. What about this thing? Won't let me lock onto that either. Alright, we'll go back to periscope depth.
Current depth 10.
Large modern composite freighters. Small old split, medium European. Medium European.
Contact. Warship. Closing. Bearing. 7, 8. Long range.
Yes, sir. Rudder. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Rudder amidships. Back slow. Rig for silent running. If we can get back far enough to not be detected by this lovely little escort, then we will launch an attack on these two ships right here. Am I being pinged? Does he know I'm here?
Yes, sir. All stop.
I think we're good. Alright, so the two that we're going for are this one and this one, I believe. Set them all to 1. We'll go 3/4 of a degree to the left and dead on for both.
Yes, sir. Dive plane separate orbital. Yes, sir. New course. Two.
Now we go southwest.
Yes, sir. New depth. 8, 6. Current depth 2, 0.
Head slow. Who the hell is that? One, 2, 3. Oh.
Current depth 3, 0.
Alright. Well, we got 2 impacts on one of them, and 1 impact on the other. None of them have sunk yet.
Current depth 4, 0. Contact Archer.
Away. 3, 2, medium.
Let's just listen for a minute and see what happens there. Could be that, you know, a minute from now we just hear a whole bunch of secondary explosions. 2 torpedo impacts on a good spread should be enough to take down a freighter, so I think
Thermal layer.
we'll get at least one of them. Got secondary explosions. Will we get more?
Current depth 6, 0.
We have realistic sync time enabled, so it could take, you know, 5 or 10 minutes.
Contact Archer. Away. 2, 8, 3, medium.
You know what though, even if we don't get either of these,
Current depth 7, 0.
we got a 6.5 ton cruiser on our first war patrol in an S-class sub. So I can be happy. I'm happy with that. That's good enough for me. Our torpedoes impacted at 1638. I think we'll know by 43 after if we have a kill. So about 2 more minutes. even so, I mean, we hit our target 4 times. Just, one of them was a bad torpedo. Didn't want to explode. If I'm correct, I think we have 4 more. As far as I'm concerned, all of these torpedoes have an expiration date and they all have to go. Fire sale. We don't go back home until all of our ordnance has been expended.
Contact. Merchant. Moving away. Bearing 259. Medium range.
Coming up on 1643 here.
Yes, sir.
You know what we're going to secure from silent running
Yes, sir.
and reload those torpedoes. There's a good chance that at least one of those ships that we just hit was crippled.
Yes, sir. New course, 6-3. Yes, sir.
We're in deep water. We have the advantage here.
Contact. Merchant. Moving away. Bearing 253. Medium range. Contact. Warship. Moving away. Bearing 39. Long range.
Yes, sir. New course, 4-4. Unit 1 ready, sir.
Tube 1 is ready.
Yes, sir. Break for silent running.
We're going to go silent again and go to periscope depth. I'm hoping we have at least one ship up there that's crippled. And we can send another fish into it to finish the job. Alright, we're coming up to periscope depth here. Let's see what the situation is. Right off the get-go, we have a ship heavy listing. That's one of the medium modern split freighters. We have a lot of destroyer escorts nearby. I'm guessing that ship right there is the one that only took one torpedo. That one's actually gaining distance on us. Imagine that. Want to see me tempt fate? I'm about to do what's called a pro gamer move.
Yes, sir.
Ahead flank.
A head flank. We're gonna catch that dude.
Yes, sir. New course.
We are gonna shoot a fish right into him. Now, the early submarines do have another strong feature about them. They were actually designed to be... Hold on. They were designed to be very hydrodynamic, unlike later fleet submarines of World War II. This meant that they ran a lot better than later submarines while submerged. You see, later submarines, like the Gato, the Gar, I think the Porpoise, the Tamber, they were all designed primarily to be surface boats. And the S-Class still had this old school design where they wanted to be hydrodynamic, because they didn't realize at that point that it'd be more efficient to have them surface optimized, because when the ship is surfaced is when it's going to be running most of the time. Like, we only go submerged in attack runs like this, so we're able to hit 9 knots right now because of that. Let's go to our... How far are we from our next torpedo? Only 40% of the way there. This guy's gaining on us fast, and I think he knows exactly where we are. Yeah, he does. We're gonna shoot a little bit to the left here.
Water 2-1. Yes, sir.
40 seconds. We'll know if it works. It's at a bit of a steep angle. Oh, damn. He's close.
Current temp 2-0. Yes, sir. New depth 8-5. Current temp 3-0.
Do we have a hit? We do. I'll be shocked if that doesn't take it out. Up there it is.
Yes, sir. New course 4-5. Current temp 6-0. Yes, sir. Ring for silent running. Ring for silent running. Current temp 7-0. Current temp 8-0.
Only 3,000 tons, but that's okay. That's interesting. It gave us a kill icon for that, but it didn't give us one when we stumbled onto that light cruiser over there. Curious. Well, we're gonna hang out in this area for a little bit longer, I think.
Contact. Warship. Constant distance. Bearing 238. Short range.
Yeah, they stopped being able to track us effectively with a ping at it looks like about 70 meters, and we are diving all the way down to 85.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and secure from silent running. They can't hear us down here anyway.
Jeff 2 ready, sir. Yes, sir. New course 4-4.
All of their escorts are down here.
Yes, sir. Ahead flight. New course 6-5.
Contact. Warship.
Let's see if we can ruin anyone else's night. Oh, damn.
Yes, sir. New course. 80. Contact.
Yeah, they can hear us.
Bearing. 131. Long range.
There's some left over.
OBS is recording, right? Yeah, we're recording. All right.
Current depth 9-0. We're taking damage, sir. We have casualties, sir.
Uh-oh.
Periscope destroyed. Mountains damaged, sir. Deck gun damaged, sir. We have flooding, sir.
Uh-oh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, looks like we took some damage there. Oh, damn.
Yes, sir. Surface the boat.
Why are we down so low? Oh my god.
Yes, sir. New depth 8-0. Hold damage, sir. Yes, sir. Hold damage, sir. Further damage. Engines destroyed. Machines damaged. Pumps destroyed. Compressor damaged. Pumps damaged. Periscope damaged. We have flooding.
Oh, alright. We'll load our game here.
We are in shallow water, sir. Yes, sir.
Ahead blade. Yes, sir.
Just do this again real quick.
Firing 2-1. Yes, sir. Dive plane set for normal dive. Torpedo in the water. New depth 8-5. Current depth 2-0. Current depth 3.
Passing thermal layer.
Torpedo impact.
Current depth 5. Current depth 6-0. Current depth 7-0. Yes, sir.
Ahead 1/3.
Rig for silent running. Current depth 8-0.
depth charges.
Yes, sir. New depth 8-4.
Yes, sir.
Contact. Warship. Closing. Bearing. 2-1-1. Short range.
I think we're gonna be okay. Yeah. Only reason they got us before was because we got a little too greedy there. At 3 o'clock in the morning? Interesting. We'll secure from battle stations. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to end the episode here as we continue our siege of Luzon. We're going to try and protect the Philippines as best as we can. We managed to take down a cruiser and a medium freighter. So, we got a lot of traffic here. If we need to, we can always move over to Formosa Strait, stake that out for a little bit. Or maybe we'll make a supply run to Manila and rearm before that base is overrun. Either way, thank you so much for tuning in. I had a blast. I hope you did too. And yeah, I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.